My name is Rasheed Gbadamosi, the other half of my 60s. I've enjoyed life the best I could. I have had the blessing of the Nigerian society and of course of my creator. And whatever accomplishment that has come my way, I try to live good and do good and respect my fellow citizens, and I pray, that God will grant me elongated life, because I still want to do a hell of a lot more. At school, I was a horrible art student. The late Aina Nobolu, on a part-time basis, was coming to the school once a month, I think it was. No, once a week. And I think when we reached, was it Form 3 or so, arts was made a subject, and he was the teacher. Genial old man, old school, bow tie, rimless glasses, really charming, almost like a textbook art instructor. I tried hard to listen to him, but there were kids in the class, because the subject was just a non-compulsory subject, and so there was not a terrific amount of attention being paid. It was something that you had to get over with quickly. Several years later, at the University of Manchester, Ananobolu was there. There was also Ananobolu in class, actually, who was his nephew, and he was the butt of jokes all the time. And then this other Ananobolu that I got very friendly with, and we were all sharing, visits to art exhibitions. And so what started in a rather gingerly way at school in Lagos intensified when I went abroad. I'll always be a painting fellow. I don't know. Because it is, basically it's reproduction of nature. And once you are like me, a romantic about the countryside, about trees and flora and fauna and birds and stuff, and seascape, that sort of thing, you would always tilt towards paintings. But then, of course, sculptors too have their place in the scheme of things. If you like someone like a Picasso, you cannot delineate and say that you would like his paintings to the exclusion of the sculptors, all embracing, And my generation was growing up to admire a Picasso, a Van Gogh, modern impressionists. I think I stopped counting, but I'd have to ask members of our household. I think it will be close to 200 pieces. It's a bit of an obsession, and it is addictive. I'm happiest when I go around, tramp around galleries, and I see works. The way it is that there are identifiable, noticeable artists that you see their work and say, oh, that must be so-and-so. After a while, you do saturate your collection of a particular artist or a group of artists. But then you're always craving for new ones. And either you're told, you read the review, or the artist braves the way and comes to you and says, I've got some collection of works to show you. I'm sure they'll be willing to buy. Money. It's not a cheap preoccupation. Good art commands a price. There's no kidding about it. You could tramp around galleries and watch and be present at the best of exhibitions, but in terms of prolongation of the aesthetic appeal, you have to be able to acquire and have in your home or in your domain or in your environment works that you have admired. Artists need to be rewarded, and therefore to have everlasting love of their creative ability, you have to have their works in that proximity. And that means you have to go out and vote for them and buy and keep. Keep producing. Some of them will say, this is my style and I'm not yielding. I think they should all take a cue from the history of Picasso. I think he worked for close to, he started early, by 12 or so, and he died at almost 90 or whatever it is. And he worked right through until he lay on his deathbed, and that was it. And he was evolving. He was always evolving, and within the differentiation of episodes, of periods, you could also see a unifying force of a great mind, you know. And I think that is a challenge to all artists, and I wish there would be an emulation of a never say die spirit, that artists will continue to entertain and to excite us and to be evolving and metamorphosing. Yes, you could have a basic inclination, you know, that when you see this work, it won't take you a long time to say, this is X. But then, particular fancy.